Today is August 1st, 2nd? August 2nd. It's Friday. It's the last day of class for summer semester. And I haven't really been taking a lot of video. Because I'm still getting used to this, but life has been lifing over the past week especially. So I'll probably post some footage from my birthday celebration, and today, this week has been a real challenge in my personal life. That being said, I am excited for the last day of class. It's been a really good semester with some really smart, engaged students. This course, Intro to the Black Experience, I've always found the title to be odd. When I first got here, this course is a legacy course. It's been around for a very long time. And I had no idea what it was going to turn into. And having taught it for, 7 years now, on and off, and really given, I think, the course a lot of good shape. So I'm headed into class now to set up my PowerPoint. And I'll check in a second.
I can't believe we're dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning up in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet while we're dancing in the street. In the neon light, let the music come repeat all through the night.
So, ran into a student as I walked into the building. But I am getting my final presentation up on the screen if I can ever type in my password correctly. Because it's the last day of class, it's also the last day that they can complete course evaluations. And when I was an undergrad, the professor was never in the room for course evaluations. It was usually like a TA or honor system kind of thing. Just, they don't need to be surveilled when telling the truth about their experience in the course. So I like to come, especially early on the last day, to the classroom to just put up the presentation and have the notice that today's the last day to do the evaluation, that I'll be showing up to class 5 to 10 minutes behind schedule to give them time to do that. So that is the plan right now, is just get that uploaded or on the screen. And just have a final lecture to give. Actually, when I go back to my office this morning, I have to finish putting the final lecture together. It's different for every class. So every class is a different experience, and every group of students learns something different. So it affects how I decide to close out the class. But there is one problem with this, which is that this is not the presentation. I worked on this yesterday at home, and all the modifications I made on it are not here. That's going to present a problem for me this morning, because I have other things I want to get done. If I have to go back and redo everything I did last night or yesterday evening, I'll be very annoyed. There it is. I was looking in the wrong folder. I love it. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. This angle. I'm gonna get out of here. Get back to my office and finish putting the final touches on this presentation. But pretty soon, this room will be full of some of my favorite people that I've met this summer. Can't wait. So there have been some other developments that I'm not super thrilled about related to work in the state of Florida right now. I'll probably have to detail those at a later time because some of it I'm not supposed to really know yet. But there are lots of people making lots of decisions that are very much against the interests of Black people and anyone who really cares about making this country more livable for people who have been made to live on the margins of society in some capacity. It's like I'm a pessimist, so I don't have a lot of faith in this country, and this country continues to prove that. Okay, so I just put the final touches on the final lecture, and I'm about ready to go. It's 9:27. Class starts at 9:30. Like I said, I'm gonna show up late. I already put the presentation up to give them time to complete the course evaluations. So I do have a little bit of a wiggle room right now. I need to just print the lecture out. But the presentation is good and ready to go. Actually, let's check one thing. I didn't check to see if my animations are right. Ooh, I'm not gonna, okay, I'm gonna change. So I have, like I said, the final lecture changes depending on, well, it changes every time I teach the course. And there are, of course, parts of it that I borrow from previous versions. And sometimes I make the mistake of not saving a separate copy. Fortunately, there's like version history now, but I like holding on to each different version because it reminds me of the different students and their different perspectives. So I almost made the mistake of overwriting some stuff that I didn't want to, but it's okay. Everything looks good. Let's paste. All right, that is fine, I guess. Control. All right, almost done here. So I'll see you after class. Bye. Well, they said boarding was supposed to start at 6:10. I got to the gate at 6:09 and they were putting the pre-boards on. Or at 6:09, I got here at 6:08, they started putting the pre-boards on. Apparently it is a completely full flight to Houston. I really thought I might have some things to stretch out this movie, but it's okay. It's a short flight to Houston. Hopefully the SAC flight is a little shorter. Somebody like their boarding pass here. So I'm at Houston Hobby Airport. My flight to Sacramento is delayed by 30 minutes so far. That puts me in a little bit of a bind because my friends will be arriving earlier. They were already arriving earlier than me, and now I'm going to be delaying the trip even further because we're all kind of carpooling together. Um, just looking at the group chat now. And it's 8:30 in the morning here in Houston, which means it's 9:30 back in Florida. 4276, and I'm getting a little hungry. But the flight here was good. Oh, actually, while I'm here, so I started reading this book on the flight, The Carceral City by John K. Bardes, who is a professor at LSU. Slavery and the Making of Mass Incarceration in New Orleans. It's a really good book so far. I read the introduction and the first chapter, and what he's doing in terms of thinking through the historiography of mass incarceration and the construction of American policing is something I haven't read in anything else, in any other book. I mean, it's challenging these notions of the new Jim Crow by really looking at the development of this carceral system well before even the antebellum period in New Orleans, and dislodging these notions of a kind of modernization of policing occurring not in the South because slavery was somehow allergic to state police power. Like, slavery was dependent upon it is one of the central arguments here. I think he says it quite clearly. Yeah, the central argument of this book is that many antebellum slaveholders were fiercely committed to and deeply reliant upon the use of police and prisons to coerce enslaved and free labor. It's really fascinating book so far, and really well written. I mean, I'm teaching this course on race and police in just a couple weeks, and this is not on the syllabus yet, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to end up on there. If for nothing else than just the introduction, because it's so, I think, perfectly crafted for what's expected from a historical book. The argument is clear, the intervention is clear. He doesn't wade too deeply in the waters of historiography, but the point of the intervention comes across very clearly. I mean, even going so far as to talk about Marxist and Foucauldian approaches to thinking about prisons in such an accessible way. It's just, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And the footnoting, the sourcing, the archival research, also super impressive. I've been in the back of this book throughout my entire time reading through the introduction and the first chapter. I know upcoming in the next chapters, I think I'm most excited, honestly, about chapters 4, 5, and 6. Chapter 4 is about poor white workers and vagrancy laws. Chapter 5 is about it's the Civil War period, and it's looking at the ways that as emancipation neared and even came, there was an effort to curb the freedom of movement among the formerly enslaved and among free black folks that relied on vagrancy laws in order to restrict their mobility. And then chapter 6, which Reconstruction is always the most interesting moment in American history, I think, because what appears to happen during Reconstruction in Louisiana is the abolition of these vagrancy laws that were being used to coerce labor from the formerly incarcerated and poor white workers, in addition to really important limits being placed on police power. Just Reconstruction is once again a remarkable moment. But then, of course, we get the rise of Jim Crow. So I'm looking forward to chapters 4, 5, and 6, especially it's just been such a really, really good read so far. I don't know that I'm going to continue on my next flight. It's a longer flight, so maybe I will read, but I also kind of want to take a nap. Um, and that may require me to have a little bit to drink. So I'm going to put the book away and see, check the time. 8:36. I still have an hour before boarding, if we even board at 9:30 like they say we will. Um, and in the meantime, I think I'm gonna grab something to eat. If I don't grab something, I brought some stuff with me. I got some grapes, some snap peas, banana nut muffin, and anticipation. I didn't think I was gonna have this much time between flights in terms of the layover or a change plane situation, but here we are. So I'll check back in soon.
She got the
That
head.
was a really good
Everything. I just realized that was Beyonce.
No.
That's why I was thinking bodyguard.
I thought that was a white woman.
Oh, you know it gives Shakira.
Yeah.
Shakira, that's what it is. Yeah.
Because as much as I said I wanted to give this bitch no more on money and I wasn't buying that damn album.
You don't do it for another day.
No, I thought I wanted